Now the topic before us is hacktivism, force for change or digital vandalism. There may be some religious injustice, social injustice, or political injustice in some part of the world. Hacktivism is the use of computer skills and hacking techniques to bring to light political, social, or religious injustice. Hacktivism may also aim to bring some social change or political change. Hacktivism makes use of the power of internet. Hacktivism is made of two words, hacking plus activism. Hacking plus activism. Hacking means use of hacking techniques, and activism means to take action to bring some injustice to light or to take action to bring about a social or political change. Then comes, what are the techniques? Many techniques may be used in hacktivism. It may be denial of service attacks. A website may be launched, may be flooded with many requests so that the website becomes inaccessible. Then the another is website defacement. It may be possible that website is having its own style. Then in the case of attack by hacktivists, website will be defaced. Defaced means the original contents will not appear to the user. The person who is visiting the website will see that message which has been placed by the hacktivists. That is, it may be certain social message, political message which has been planted by the hacktivists. It may be also possible that they may use hacktivists may result into data leaks. That is, they may expose some hidden information from the websites or the information which is lying hidden in certain files, and they bring those confidential information into light. Then what is the goal of the hacktivists? The goal of the hacktivists is to raise an awareness on an issue. Then they may also be protesting certain decision of the government, protesting against the government on certain issue or certain policy decision of the government. Then sometimes they expose certain confidential information which may result into the bringing to light some corruption issue or some injustice into light. Their aim is to bring to light some corruption issue or injustice. Now the next point is, what are the targets of hacktivists? Normally the targets of the hacktivists are government organizations, then even some big corporations are on the hit list of the hacktivists, and certain government corporations or big multinational companies may be on the hit list. It is not that the hacktivists choose any government or any corporation or any multinational company. No, they target only those organizations where they feel that some injustice is being meted out, or they are indulging in some sort of curbs on free speech. That is, if in a particular government the persons do not have the right to speak freely, then the hacktivists may use their own methods to bring their message to the whole of the world. Hacktivists can also put pressure on authorities to address those issues which have been raised by them, which have been brought by them in the public. They want to put pressure on the government that they should solve that problems. Now, it is a very controversial topic that whether hacktivism is good or bad. There are certain persons who are the supporters of hacktivism. They say that hacktivism provides voice to the voiceless, sometimes by way of democratic means or adopting legal methods. The persons do not get their social or political rights, or a particular community may not get their social rights, political rights, or religious rights. So the supporters feel that it sometimes it becomes necessary to adopt hacktivism to achieve the desired results. Some There are certain other persons who are against hacktivism. They say that hacktivism results into a lot of damage to certain organizations. There are methods, legal methods or democratic methods which should be used by all the persons to achieve the desired results. Then there are certain persons who are neutral observers. Neutral observers say that there are benefits of hacktivism. They bring to light political, social or religious injustice, or they have the aim of bringing about political or social change. This is the benefit of activism. They agree. Neutral observers agree that there are benefits, but at the same time they say that the activists should use those methods which cause less harm to the targeted organizations. So whether hacktivism is beneficial or not, it depends upon various things. What is the targeted organization? What are the goals of the hacktivists? That is, it is a very complex issue to decide whether hacktivism is good or bad. Now we will understand hacktivism with the help of an example. WikiLeaks 2010. WikiLeaks website published classified information leaked by whistleblowers, including the collateral murder video showing a US airstrike that killed civilians in Iraq. This classified information, which was leaked, sparked outrage and debate about the conduct of war. Overall, hacktivism is a very complex issue. It has no easy answers. It is important to consider the motivations behind hacktivism. What are the methods which are used by the hacktivists, and what are the potential consequences before forming an opinion with regard to hacktivism. Now the topic before us is deception tactics. How pretexting hacks websites. Pretexting is a specific social engineering technique where attacker creates a fabricated scenario or story, which is also known as pretext, to gain victims' trust. In this picture, you can see that a person who is in fact a hacker impersonates that he is from some trusted authority and he creates a fabricated scenario and reach out to its victim. The victim believes the scenario and shares the information the trusted authority requests. That is, the victim trusts the person who is on telephone call, and as required by the other person or the fraudster or the hacker, the victim tells all the information as asked for by the fraudster, because the victim believes that the person on the other side is from some trusted company. The fraudster gains valuable information from their victim and often uses it maliciously. The attacker uses pretext to manipulate the victim's emotions. The fabricated scenario creates a sense of urgency, and the victim has less time or no time to scrutinize the attacker's request. We will understand the same with the help of an example. Suppose I receive a telephonic call from someone and the other person says that I am from your software company or the company which provides you the facility of software. All the software is handled by their company, which is being used by your website. And there is an urgent need for some system update. You believe that the other person might be from the software company and you are using the software of that company. You believe that the other person is saying to you that he is the employee of software company. You also think it proper that there might be some software updation requirement and the same is urgently required. You believe as told by the other person. The other person may say that you may hit, you may click on the link sent to you, or you may give remote access to the computer system so that they can update your computer system or they can update your website. If you agree, then clicking on the link or giving them the remote access may ultimately plant the malicious software on your website, and the access of your website may go into the hands of the hackers. It may be also possible that you receive a telephonic call from a person and the other person says that he is from the law enforcement agency, he is a police inspector who is verifying the case of some stolen credit cards. He is investigating a case of some stolen credit cards and that credit cards have been used on your website. In the name of urgency of investigating the case, the other person who is on the telephonic call from the other side may ask you that you should give remote access of your website, or you may be asked to click on a link which has been sent by the other person or the law enforcement person, allegedly law enforcement officer. If you click on that link, it may be quite possible that that link may download, may take you to some malicious website, or clicking on the link may download some sort of malicious software on your website. In any case, your website gets infected, or the control of your website may go into the hands of the hackers, and ultimately you will as a website owner will suffer, because all the information which is lying stored in your computers stands leaked or stolen by the hackers, or you may suffer financially, because when the user details is leaked in the dark web, or when the news of a website attack goes in the market, the reputation of your brand image or the name of your company is damaged, and your company also suffers a lot. So we should not fall prey in the name of urgency. We should use our mind critically. Whenever there is a phone call which calls for urgency, or when they create any sort of fear, or if the other person talks about any fines or penalties if you do not comply with the formalities, then you must think critically before taking any action, before hitting any link, before downloading any software on your computer. You must stay calm and think critically before taking any action. Thanks for watching. If you like our course, please spare some time to give a star rating to our course.